Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mr. Martinez, and I'm here with Mrs. Moore. And today's Discovery Dialogue is going to be focused on school safety. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the Standard Response Protocol, which is the name and the logo you see on the screen here. And that is a change to our school safety procedures that we are adding this school year. So, what is Standard Response Protocol? So we're going to be utilizing the I Love You Guys Foundation Standard Response Protocol this year. Currently, our students and staff are in the process of being trained on this school safety model. The SRP, as it's known as, is based on an all hazards approach as opposed to individual scenarios. The SRP utilizes clear common language while allowing for flexibility to the protocols. The premise is simple. There's 5 specific actions that can be performed during an incident. When these are communicated, the action is labeled with the term and then followed by the directive. The execution of the action is performed by active participants, whether that's students, staff, teachers, first responders, anyone who might be on site. The SRP focuses on the 5 following actions: hold, secure, lockdown, evacuate, and shelter. While that might sound a little bit technical, it's actually a pretty direct and easy to understand approach to school safety. We're going to start by looking at the first action, hold. So a hold is called when you need to keep the hallways clear. For example, there could be a medical situation or some type of cleanup. When a hold is necessary over the loudspeaker, the PA system, you'll hear the words hold in your classroom or area, hold in your classroom or area. From the school side of things, there's different things that students and adults in the building will have to follow when they hear these directives. For the students, they're going to clear the hallways and remain in the area or room until the all clear is announced. Otherwise, business is as usual. For the adults and staff, they're going to close and lock all the doors, account to make sure all the students and adults are there, and then do business as usual. So that is the hold action. I'm going to hand it over to Mrs. Moore, and she's going to continue on with a couple more actions. Mrs. Moore?
The next event is secure. Announced over the PA, you'll hear secure, get inside, lock outside doors. Secure, get inside, lock outside doors. Secure is needed when there might be some type of situation in the area of the school. It could be a wild animal, police pursuit, or some other situation which would require everyone to stay in the building. For students, the directions would be to return to inside of building and do business as usual. For adults and staff, they're trained to bring everyone indoors, lock the outside doors, increase situational awareness, account for students and adults, and do business as usual. So that was secure. The next event is lockdown. We will announce over the PA lockdown, locks, lights, out of sight. Lockdown, locks, lights, out of sight. A lockdown is when there is some type of threat in the building. For students, the directions will be to move away from sight, maintain silence, do not open the door. Adults and staff will be trained to recover students from the hallway if possible, lock the classroom door, turn out the lights, move away from sight, maintain silence, do not open the door, and prepare to evade or defend. That is lockdown. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Martinez.
The fourth action or event is evacuate. So evacuate is anytime there needs to be an evacuation from the building. There could be many reasons. For example, a fire drill is a type of evacuation. Okay. So when there's an evacuation needed, what you would hear over the loudspeaker is evacuate to a specific location, which would be named. Evacuate to a location. During an evacuation, students are trained to leave their stuff behind if required. If possible, they may be asked to bring their phone, and of course, to follow instructions. Of course, what is required is all going to be specific to the type of situation that is being evacuated for. Adults and staff will bring attendance sheets, any other materials that they might need to bring with them. They're going to lead students to the evacuation location, account for the students and adults, and then reports any injuries or problems using their red green card that comes along with the SRP model. So that is evacuate. The fifth and final action is shelter. So a shelter might be some situation where it is necessary to take cover, like an earthquake, possibly a tornado, chemical spill in the area, something. So over the PA system, what you would hear is shelter, and then the hazard would be stated as well as the safety strategy. Shelter, hazard would be stated, and then the safety strategy. Again, these hazards might include tornado, some sort of hazmat situation, earthquake, tsunami is an example, although I'm not sure we would experience a tsunami here in our location. Some of those safety strategies include evacuating to a shelter area, sealing the room, drop, cover, hold, get to high ground, again, depending on what the circumstance is. And again, students and staff will be given directions. And so the key to some of these is just simply listening to directions at the time of the announcement. All right. With any safety measures at school, there's of course going to be questions. So we do have some common questions or some additional parent guidance that Mrs. Moore is going to share as well.
Okay, so here are some questions that I'm going to hopefully answer for you. The first one is, should parents come to the school during a secure event? The answer is probably not. Every effort is made to conduct classes as normal during a secure event. Additionally, parents may be asked to stay outside during a secure event. Next question, what if parents need to pick up their student during a secure event? The answer, depending on the situation, it may not be safe to release the student. As the situation evolves, secure might change to monitored entry and/or a controlled release. The next question, will parents be notified when the school goes into secure? Answer, it depends on the reason for the secure event. When a secure event is brief or the hazard is nonviolent, like a wild animal on the playground, there may not be a need to notify parents while the secure is in place. With longer or more dangerous events, the school will notify parents that the school has increased their security. For questions with a lockdown, the first question, should parents come to the school during a lockdown? The answer is, the natural inclination for parents is to go to the school during a lockdown. Understandable, but perhaps problematic. If there is a threat inside the building, law enforcement will be responding. It's unlikely that parents will be granted access to the building or even the campus. If parents are already in the school, they will be instructed to lock down as well. The next question, should parents text their students? The answer, the school recognizes the importance of communication between parents and students during a lockdown event. Parents should be aware, though, during the initial period of a lockdown, it may not be safe for students to text their parents. As the situation resolves, students may be asked to update their parents on a regular basis. In some cases, students may be evacuated and transported off-site for student-parent reunification. The next question, what about unannounced drills? The answer, the school may conduct unscheduled drills. However, it is highly discouraged to conduct one without announcing it is a drill. That's called an unannounced drill and can cause undue concern and stress. Parents should recognize that the school always informs students that it is a drill during the initial announcement. And finally, can parents observe or participate in the drills? The answer, the school welcomes parents who wish to observe or participate in drills. And I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Mrs. Moore. So what we've done is we've added a space on our website, so discoverycharter.org/school safety, where we will be posting this presentation. That way families can have a chance to view it. And in addition, we will link the website, the I Love You Guys Foundation, which has put together this SRP model. Additionally, there's a family handout that is available that gives you some of the same information that we've included here in this presentation. One of the things that we really appreciated with this model when we were learning about it in the school safety training was the simplicity, the fact that it kind of made everyone aware of what the procedures were. So that way everyone had a good common understanding of what was happening. So not just us as administrators, but also the teachers and also the students, and then also sharing this information with the families so the families know what to expect in the event we ever have to experience any of these. This information also was shared with our local law enforcement, so they have it as well. So they're on the same page with us, knowing what our plans are should we ever have to respond to one of these events. So additional information can be found here on our school website. And then lastly, as always, we take school safety very seriously. We're always reviewing it. That's why we've made this change to adopt this SRP model, because we do feel it is best for our school. But we're always here to take questions, because obviously school safety of our kids is something that we are all thinking about. So should you ever have any questions, if you didn't have our contact information before, here it is again for you now. So don't ever hesitate to reach out, because we always want to make sure we answer those questions that you might have, or thoughts or ideas too, and especially concerns. So don't ever hesitate to reach out. Mrs. Moore, anything else before we close this session?
No, I think we're all set. Thank you so much for listening.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.